For Sprunki But Scary episode 4, I wanted to do something a bit different for the subject who was selected for Durple, and I thought it would be interesting if he was a serial killer.
D&D is really getting out of control.
Bodies have been found.
And since Durple's a dragon, I knew I wanted to have fire. So I had to do a lot of work for the big fire ignition shot. I had 2 different sets. One inside and the same doorway set up outside. Around back, you can see what the outside set really looks like. The Stay Magical sign is really to cover up the hole in the door because it is the same door from the Boiled One Something Bad Will Happen Soon episode. Lowe's was out of boxes, so I had to use my puppet box from the Five Nights at Freddy's videos for support, but was able to save the box with only a little damage. Just adds character anyway. Obviously, do not try this at home. All of the fire shots in my videos are always done with a lot of safety measures, and I have a good section of land to achieve the shots. I'm happy with how the sequence turned out, although I had to redo this shot because I forgot to have the car keys on the bed. I knew I wanted to have Durple carrying a special knife. Unfortunately, I only had one, and I knew I wanted Durple to throw the knife into the wall at one point and stab Simon in the eye, which meant cutting the knife in half. So I had to film things in a different order than I wanted and make sure to shoot all the knife shots before cutting it in half. But I'm thinking I can fix it because I have some plans for this knife in the series coming up. Would have been a lot easier with 2, but just adapt and keep going. About to start painting Durple and the dragon mask. Also getting some help painting from Michael Poole, who you've seen on the channel from time to time. A new day early in the morning and getting ready to paint some more. I couldn't find these big party hats anywhere in my town for a second, but finally found some and am using them for Durple's horns. Also getting ready to do some more painting on Durple's mouth. Finally have all his pieces on. He's a bit less refined from the back. I cut 2 tiny pieces of pool noodle to give me some support for his horns. Doing a bit more painting on his added pieces. He needed a bit of shading, so adding some now. Then I added his eyes and mouth. I'm excited to see what mayhem he will cause in the near future. Besides the Sprunkies themselves, I knew the really difficult thing I was going to deal with this episode was the smoke. AKA the one and only fog machine I've had for like 10 years. Still going strong, but figuring out where to put the machine, making sure the smoke was somewhat in the right place was a challenge, and I knew it would be. But I knew how crucial it was because the more smoke I had, the more the video would all come together. For the small moment where Mr. Black mentions Bonzi Buddy, I originally was going to have a picture on his phone, but I didn't like that. I only had a few hours left to work on the video, so I really quickly made a video of Bonzi Buddy and got another shot. And I had him eating a banana because he did a good job. He found Durple. It took me a tiny bit of extra time to get his eyes red. Have finally finished filming Durple's stuff. Now, I get to clean this up. Then jump back on the computer and keep editing. Hi, Simon. Long night. Right, boys? Trigger warning. The part where Durple vomits from all the smoke ended up being a much harder shot than I was anticipating. I was already crunched for time, and I had the camera strapped to my head, and had to hit the fog machine with my foot, and balance the dragon mask and the black hood on top of my head, so it looks like I take them off without it getting in the way of the camera. And this is after having to hold the fake vomit in my mouth for about 2 minutes. The first take, I wasn't recording. The second, I missed the vomit. But the third time was the charm. Same process for each take.
How dare you? What do you have to say for yourself? Do not disrupt my game again.
I hope you enjoyed this look behind the scenes at Sprunki But Scary episode 4. We have 2 more Sprunki left in the lineup. Which one do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments. Also, should I do a Q&A video about filming or the channel or a specific series or something? Let me know. I've been thinking about it. Anyway, I'm Michael from Scream1210 Productions. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.